Hello brain checkers. Today we're looking at the changes that happen within the cardiovascular system, which is the circulatory system. Now the circulatory system plays a key role obviously in the supply of blood to all the parts of the body, and also making sure that we have all the oxygen that is needed to get to the fetus, passing through the utero-placenta unit. Now you have the maternal circulation, then you have the fetal circulation. Obviously, the fetal circulation is benefiting from the maternal circulation by the lack of blood that is then formed there. Now, what is going to happen during the stage of pregnancy is that the maternal circulation will have to adapt to the changes and the demand that is then going to be created by this growing fetus, because as it grows, its energy demands also increase, meaning that there will be a amount of demand that will be pressed onto the maternal circulation. Now, what is going to happen also is that you find that the red cell mass within the maternal circulation is going to increase from about 30% or so, and you find that the intravascular volume as well, which is the plasma volume, is going to increase for about 40-50%. And so that increase then generates a rise in the cardiac output, meaning that the blood that then gets through to the heart and then is pumped out of the heart is going to cause a rise in the cardiac output. Then one wonders, why will the blood pressure still remain a kind of stable even when you have a rise in the cardiac output? It is because of the influence of the progesterone hormone. And remember, the progesterone hormone is coming to kind of make all the muscles kind of relax, so that the muscles do not contract, because you may end up losing the pregnancy. And that also happens to the peripheral resistance within the body circulatory system. So there's going to be a reduction in the peripheral resistance. So that reduced peripheral resistance now is what will counteract the effect of a raised cardiac output, and then you have a stable blood pressure. Now, the raise also in the plasma volume is going to kind of compensate the blood loss at delivery. So during delivery, obviously, there's going to be some blood that is going to be lost. But because during pregnancy, the body had already prepared itself by increasing its plasma volume, then the loss will not have a serious effect on the maternal circulation or on the hematological system, meaning that the compensation also will kind of be regulated. But this does not mean that the woman may not go into a state of compensation. They may go into a state of compensation if the loss is above a 500, or if it is a loss that is significant, meaning that the woman then goes into a state of compensation. It may not necessarily be a 500, but any amount that then causes some form of hemodynamic changes then may force the woman to go into some form of compensation of some sort. So you notice also that during the pregnancy, the heart muscles and the entire cardiovascular system then changes and hypertrophies and becomes hyperplasic, because then it has to send a lot of blood to the relevant areas and makes sure that the supply is consistently adequate throughout pregnancy, because you need so much oxygen for the fetus. And remember that the fetus obviously houses within its red blood cells a higher hemoglobin content in order for it to have that oxygen that it needs to generate the ATP to then have the cells grow and continue throughout to pregnancy. So that is what is happening within the cardiovascular system, and some of the changes that do happen within the cardiovascular system. Keep it locked right here on the Brain Shakers Academy, and make sure you follow on Facebook, that is the Brain Shakers Academy, and also subscribe on the YouTube channel, which is the Brain Shakers Academy. And thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one.